Hello everyone, this is a session 2 and we're gonna continue our work from previous session. I think the previous session was here. That what we discussed was basically the first step in scoping, WBS, and how you can identify tasks. Now, for session 2, we want to discuss about how we can identify the resource. Let's say for this work package A0101. Okay, let's say for this work package, where is here? Okay, let me put a color like this, should be fine. If I'm not wrong, A01, right? 01. Am I right? A0101, right. Well, maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, for this work package, we identified 5 tasks. Right. So what happened was, through brainstorming, through have a meeting with experts regarding this work package, a discussion with people who already done similar works, or look at the previous documents from previous project for similar works, we identified that if we want to complete this work package and deliver whatever required and mentioned inside of this work package, we need to let me change the color. Basically 2, 3, 4 and 5. What we need to do is to deliver task 1, increase the size, right? Task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4, and task 5. This is what we have done in previous session. 4 and 5. This one should be 3. Okay. Now, what you need to do? What happened in the next step? In next step, what is happening is you need to identify, to handle each task. For example, let me pick this color. For task 1, what resource can handle this task? What resource are available to do this job? Let me give you, and it's very important because based on that you can identify how much time required to finish this task, and based on that you can have estimation how much it also cost. So first thing to do is, when you break down the work breakdown structure and when you identify the task, the next step is to identify what kind of resource or which resource is going to cover this task, who will be responsible for this one, right? And it can be your resource, or you can also outsource the task to a contractor, someone outside of your company, someone outside of your project to handle this task. But at the end, you need to know who is going to handle the task. So it will be a discussion to understand. For example, it can be also multiple resources. It's not necessarily only one resource. It can be resource 1, for example, resource 2, right? And it can different type of resource as well. It's not limited to one type of resource. It can have you can have multiple type of resource as well. For example, one type of resource is work, like assign it to an expert, or you can also use material. So for example, this one can be work, this one can be work, and this one, resource 3, can be material, like for example cement, right? So the next step, for each task you need to identify what resource is going to handle the work. You have to do it for each task separately, and you need to specify how much of these resources required to handle the task. Only then you can provide a valid estimation that how long it will take to finish the task. So it is really important, this concept is really important, that the duration of the task is dependent on the resource that are going to handle the task. Let me give you an example. Let's say here I have a wall. Okay? Imagine this is a wall. Okay. Solid wall, right? Let's say this is a solid wall, full cement, strong, long wall, like 3 meter. Here also, let's say 10 meter. Okay, a very solid big wall. Your task is to destroy this wall, right? You have a task to destroy the wall. Let's say this is the task 1. Let's say this is the task 1. Okay, this task, to breaking and destroying the wall. How you want to do it? What resources are available to do this work, right? You may have different options. For example, you may have as one solution is to destroy with one worker, right? You assign one worker with one hammer, okay? Similar to Shawshank, if I write it properly, Redemption. Have you seen the movie? Okay, I will show it to you. Okay, this is one option, right? Another option is, another option is to use maybe 100 worker using big hammer, right? So that's another kind of option. Another option is using one worker and TNT to explode the wall, completely destroy the wall with the TNT. Or maybe another solution can be maybe use maybe using the giant loader, one worker and a giant loader or bulldozer. Okay, that's another option, right? So here, for a task, as you can see, you have different options. The first option, similar to all these options, can handle this work, right? You can have and reach the same result with all of these options, or you may have also many other solutions. But if you look at the first one, for example, let me bring Shawshank Redemption, right? The movie 1994. Okay, and let me see the hammer. This one, the smaller one. If you've seen the movie, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, just to create a hole in the wall in the cell, it took around, I don't remember, maybe 10 years or 20 years. Okay, so see if I can take a screenshot. Snipping tool. So this is one option. Let me see if I can copy paste it here. It worked. Yeah, nice. Can I increase the size? Yes. So this is one option. But the problem with this option is also the cost is very low. You just need a small hammer, and you also need one worker. At least cost of the tool is very low. But because this process may take years, you have to pay the salary of your worker, right? So, but the main problem is the duration of this task based on this resource will be around maybe 1 year, 2 years, right? The next one, 100 worker using big hammer. This also can be an option, but the problem is how 100 worker can work efficiently in a space that the wall is only 10 meter, right? So it is not efficient to use. Maybe 10 worker makes sense, but 100 workers is not make sense, right? So when you identify the task, all this discussion, all this thought, all this trade-off in your mind, the time, the cost, also the quality of work, the effect of their work on other tasks, will impact your decision. Also the availability of the resource will impact your decision to conclude at the end which resource to use to finish the work, and it also affect the cost and the duration of the task, right? If you look at this one, for example, the TNT, if you want to go with this option, the TNT option, then you may say, okay, the TNT is not expensive, we can use it, but then you have to consider what other things are close to the wall. Maybe there is a house belong to someone else next to the wall. Then if you try to use TNT to destroy the wall, then it will damage the house of that person. So this option is not possible. Or you may say, no, there is nothing around the wall, we can just buy TNT and explode everything and just clean up the scene. Very simple, very easy, and very fast. Okay, it depends. What I'm saying is it depends on the situation. You need to be careful what resource you want to use, and also maybe the legal restriction. Maybe government or any legal authorities not allow you to use TNT to explode. Okay. Another one, for example, is giant loader. Let me take a screenshot. Loader. Giant one, not this. Maybe mega giant loader. Yeah, like this one. This one is good. Let me take a screenshot. Or this one. This is a nice one. Okay, let's use this. Okay. This picture there are more than one, but you get what I mean. This is also an option, but you need to consider the cost, how much it costs. Maybe you see, okay, on that day this loader is available to near this wall, and we can ask the person to just to destroy it, and it is not costing us much. Or maybe that machine is not available at all, and it will cost a lot for you to bring it here to destroy the wall. What I'm saying is, to handle a job, there are multiple different options based on the resource to cover the task. But you need to study, you need to have understanding that what is require, what are the limitations. If you have a limited budget, if you are under pressure for the time, then based on that you need to decide which resource should handle this task. Okay, and this is something that you need to do for each single task. This was an example, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying is. So very important. If you've seen my videos in project management, task 1, people use task 2, task 3, and then say, okay, this task require task 4, this task require 10 days, this task require 5 days, this task require 3 days, this task will take 20 days, and they just try to plan like this. But the important point is, why this task require 10 days? What are the resources that handle this task? And based on what condition you're saying this task require 10 days? You may say, okay, I don't want to, I don't have resource, I don't have those details yet, I just want to have very high level, not precise plan. Yeah, that's fine, but it's fine as long as you understand that this duration should comes from the type of resource that are going to handle the task. As long as you understand this point. If you don't want to plan your project without using the resource, without defining the resource, it's fine. But in that case, you also need to be careful, and you understand that you have a limitation. You have the constraints, and that constraint is that your duration is not accurate. Okay, so I think we good on this topic for the resource. I think as I said, we have different type of resource. For example, in Microsoft project, if you look, you have material, work, and work resource can be used for machine and for human. It's not only for humans, experts, engineers. It also can be used for machines. For example, this giant loader is working 100 hours, and we consider our metric to calculate the work of the loader is based on the working hours. But you also may have material in your project, as I said, like cement or other stuff. I think we covered the important points here. Let me see if I have to discuss about anything else. No, identify. Okay, so we're good. So what will happen is it possible to take copy from this? Let me check. Yeah, such a nice tool. I really started to like this website. Let me copy paste it here. Nice. Let me remove this one. Remove this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so what happened? What will happen is, for each task, you're going to follow this concept, this process, identify the list of resources that require, and also make a decision that who exactly or what exactly is going to handle the job, and you are going to get estimation from them. Okay, for example, you're going to discuss and say, okay, if you are responsible to handle this task, you need to tell me how long it will take to complete the task. And if that task is scope is big, you need also to ask what are you going, how you want to deliver and complete your task. Are you going to deliver partially during the work, for example, or you are going to deliver everything at the end? Okay, this is also something that you need to discuss. You need to specify. If there are multiple deliveries in a single task, you need to define, you may decide to break them into separate tasks, or you may decide not require, but you can define them as a note for the task or as a deliverable milestone linked to the task. Okay, so let's say for example, for task 1, we identify this require 3 days, right? Then how much it costs? Our calculation is $400. Just example. Okay, just an example. Let me change the color to this. Nice. Let's say we do same for task 2, and this one require 2 days but 600. Then we do same for this one, task 3, and this one is 10 days but it's not costly, maybe 100. This one maybe 3 days, same as previous one, but 2000 cost. This one maybe I don't know, 6 days and 300. Okay, so basically what happened is, for each task you identified the resource and you specified who exactly is going to do the job. Okay, let me move it up a little bit. Okay, so what happened next is you need to do same for this, for all of this. Okay, at the end what you will have is, you can right now you can say you reach to the point that you can say how much this work package cost. For example, in this case, for example, 400, 1,000, 100, 3,000, 300, 3,400, 3,400 dollar, and let's say the duration is not some. Maybe these, let's assume that all the tasks are separated, not linked to each other, and they are happening in parallel. So all these tasks will be completed by 10 days, because the 10 is the longest one. So 10 days. Okay, so now, because it's a work breakdown structure, and this work package A0101 is basically consists of these subtasks, and now for each task you have the estimation of the cost and estimation of the duration. you can have estimation for the duration and also for the cost. Maybe not for the duration, because this task may link to other tasks from different work package, and because of that the total duration change. But if we assume that these tasks are separated, not linked to other tasks, then we can say and not even linked to each other, then the duration is 10 days. But just for your information, this at the end, when you have completed this information, and when you use a software, a simple software, put the duration and put the cost, you will see the result. For example, Microsoft project, you see that automatically calculating the total cost for each summary task or work package and up to end. So you will have when you finish all these subtasks, all these tasks, you have the duration and cost of each work package, and at the end you have the total cost and total duration for whole project. Okay, that's why this is important. Let me show you an example. 2, 3. I'm giving you I'm not going to teach you the Microsoft project. I have some videos on YouTube, you can watch them and learn. But let's say this is project A. That's summary 1. Let me rename it as work package. Work package 1, work package 2, and let me put this one here, 2 tasks here, 2 tasks there, just to show you how the automatic schedule. Okay, then I have this. Let me go to the resource sheet, define one single resource. Where is the resource sheet? Never mind, I can find it here. Okay, let's say resource 1, work 200. Doesn't matter the rest, I just want to show you the duration. Now let me link this to link this, and okay. So resource 1. Okay, so you see the duration. Now let me show you the cost table. Okay, you see the cost. This cost is calculated from the resource, and if you see, for example, if you see the for work package 1, the task 1 is 3,200, task 2 is 4,800, and sum of these two is 8,000. Sum of these two for work package 2 is 12,800, and sum of 12,800 and 8,000 is 20,800, the sum of the cost. Okay, now before I want to explain but the duration is different. The duration is based on the how long it will take. Basically, see these 11 days for work package is 11 days. If you look at the Gantt chart here, just to show you why 11 days. Although task 1 is 2 days, right? Task 3 is 3 days. You may say 2 plus 3 is 5, but yes, true, but it doesn't necessarily means the duration of the work package is 5 days. First of all, if there was no link here and no link here, if you see, the total duration is 3, because the longest time that all the tasks inside of the work package completed is 3 days, right? But there is a link here, and now you can see it's 5 days, because this link is specified. This task 2 should start when the task 1 is finished, right? And another link is also, we put another link here that's saying, okay, task 2 can only start when task 1 is finished and when task 3 is finished. So task 3 finish here, so automatically Microsoft Project shift the task to here, and because of that the duration is 11 days. If you look at the Gantt chart, if you try to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it is not considered the off days of the project. Okay, so 11 days excluding the weekends, because of the calendar of the project. In the calendar of the project, Sunday and Saturday is off. Okay, so maybe it's not bad to take what the hell, let's scroll to task. Let me take a screenshot from this. It's not a bad idea actually. It's just an example, simple example, but I strongly recommend you to watch my videos on YouTube regarding the Microsoft project. It helped you a lot. It helped you a lot to also learn the fundamental of project management. Okay, let me put it here, make it bigger. Nice. Okay, maybe draw a beautiful line, make it thicker. Okay, nice. So we discuss about this, and we moved here and discuss about this point. Okay, now I don't want to go to the details of task dependency. That here, if you see, I have finish to finish, finish to start. I already explained this in my videos. Let me YouTube, let me show it to you here. If you go to my channel, okay, start date. Okay. By the way, it's my. By the way, in here I have there is a playlist. This is the 101 for the same video that I'm recording, and there is proficiency test. It's very advanced. I do not recommend you to watch those videos if you're beginner, but there are also some other videos you can find. For example, Microsoft Project Calendar, right? Let me check the playlist. Microsoft Project Management, maybe here. Yes, here in Project Management, lesson 1. Lesson 2 is tasks, right? Lesson 2, part 1, lesson 2, part 2. Okay, I didn't continue this. I I reached the point that we define the resource. Okay, but if you look at these two is enough to fully understand how to use Microsoft Project to link the task, and also you understand the concept of task dependencies. Okay, here I don't want to go to that level technical information in this video, but for you I think in these videos, for me, if you understand the logic intention of these points, it's a win. That's the purpose of these specific series of videos. Okay, so let me check if anything else I want to cover. Okay, so what happened is, if I want to summarize what we discussed today, is we picked the task, the identified task, then we specified what resource required for each task, and based on that we got the estimation for each task, and based on those estimation we end up having, for each task we end up having the duration, and we also having the cost of task by the I think I cannot bypass this point. Let me summarize, because each task you define, you also need to specify the dependency. By dependency, it means you need to ask the person who is responsible for this task is what are the predecessors and what are the successors of a task. What does it mean is, for example, for task 1, I'm going to ask the expert that do you need anything from other tasks in this project to start your work, or you can start your work immediately without any dependency from other tasks. Okay, he may say, okay, first you need to finish task 3 because task 3 has some deliverables that I need in the beginning of my work to start my work. These are kind of dependencies that you need to identify in your project when you get the estimation. At first I thought I can skip this one, but it seems like it's important and it's required. So this is you need to do it part of your estimation, remember. So let me add a section here, maybe here, task dependency. Okay, increase the size a little bit, task dependency, and here 2, 3, 4. You have 4 type of dependency. One of them is finish to start, start to start, start to finish, and finish to finish. Okay, let me give you an example for finish to start. Let's say I have 2 tasks. This is task 1. This is task 2. This is 2. This is 1. There is a dependency in type of finish to start between these two. Oh, seems like connection issue. This is task 1 and this is task 2, and this is a link between task 1 and task 2, and the type of dependency is finish to start. What does it mean, FS? It means task 2 cannot start. Remember, it's each word is important here to understand. The dependency is finished to a start. Okay, task 2 is predecessors, task 2 is successors, task 1 is predecessors, and the link is in type of finish to a start. It means task 2 cannot start. Okay, task 2 cannot start if task 1 is not finished. But as soon as task 1 is completed, as soon as task 1, let me, if we can change the color, task 1 is completed at this point, task 2 can start. It doesn't matter from this point, it doesn't matter if task 2 start right after task 1 or start here. Or start here. Okay? It's fine. It's fine from dependency point of view. Okay? But because normally the planning is based on a constraint of as soon as possible, normally in software, in Microsoft Project or similar software, you can see that Microsoft Project immediately show the task 2 right after task 1. But remember, the constraint is task 2 cannot start if task 1 is not completed. Can, not must. That's the important point you need to understand. So it means it's okay to start here or here, but it's not okay to start here. This is not okay. Okay? I hope you get my point. Okay. It's 40 minutes. I think we're good for this one. I let you to work on these three, kind of assignment. If you have questions, let me know. But you need to interpret these three also similar what I did for finish to start and fully understand it. It's really important. Especially the point that I said these tasks can start, not must start when task 1 is finished. That's very important concept, and you need to understand. Okay, so I believe we're good for this session. This is session 2. Let me put session 2, make it black, increase the size, and maybe use this color. Okay, this is session 2. Maybe increase this one also. This one was session 1. Okay, if you need the file I can share it with you, but I found this tool very handy and nice. I really like it, and I'm going to use it for next class as well. So session 1, session 2, and in next session I'm going to discuss about more theoretical concept in project management, discuss about risk management plan, quality management plan, and how it impact, because at the by session 2 you reach to the point that now at this point you have initial schedule plan. This is the let me call it here, initial project schedule plan. Okay, we are going to discuss about this. Thank you and have a good time.